Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now I'm just gonna do a little quick thought of mine I was just thinking about the other day, and it hit me. Something's a little bit. I think we need to tweak some of the rules when you're talking about undisputed, because undisputed is something that I consider to be very important, and it shouldn't be easy to do. You're consolidating the four belts. I'll give you an example. Naomi Inoue, he just become undisputed, I think, at the 118-pound division, beating the Paul Butler, who was kind of easy for him to be able to become undisputed. But the guy, Paul Butler, had a belt, right? So people are not really giving them away if your name is not Canelo Alvarez. You're not giving them to them. You have to fight for them. So if someone's able to do that, then damn it, they're the champion. So Inoue has four belts. Let's say Inoue gets a mandatory challenger from one of the sanctioned bodies. We'll just pick WBO. He gets a mandatory challenger from WBO. That WBO challenger goes and beats Inoue, right? And he has all four of the belts. I don't think that's in the spirit of Undisputed. I think when you're Undisputed fight, it was made because champions need to fight other champions, right? So we can decide who's the best champion. Challengers shouldn't be able to just challenge the champion with all four belts and then become undisputed. Now, my suggestion would be, for example, an undisputed champion, and most champions generally have rematch clauses, right? Especially an undisputed champion, you should have a rematch clause. I think even unified champions like Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, those kind of guys, they get rematch clauses. Even Kambosos, who didn't even have all the belts, he had three of them, rematch clause. Some champions with one belt will get a rematch clause. So, and that's okay. They're champions. So if you get a rematch clause, let's say you were beat by the mandatory challenger, and then the mandatory challenger has all four belts. I think the challenger should get the belt from the sanctioning body he's in. Let's say the WBO guy just beat Inoue, and now he's the WBO champion, right? Inoue still has the other belts, but there has to be a rematch. In that rematch, if that guy wins again, then, because Inoue would still have three belts, he's bringing those three belts to that next fight. I think that's how it should go. I don't think it should be, hey, you win. We have Tim Chu and Jamel Charlo about to happen. Tim Chu is a mandatory challenger. I think Tim Chu if he beats Jamel Charlo, he gets one of the belts, then the rematch, then, you're undisputed. Because so every undisputed champion has had to fight another champion, right? When somebody is mandatory and he beats the champion, then he's a champion in the next fight. I don't think challengers should be able to go from being a challenger to undisputed, right? I think you should get that one belt because you're in that one sanctioning body, and then when the rematch happens, then you beat that champion again, then therefore you're undisputed. I think we should make sure that undisputed is something all the champions in the past, most of the time a champion is going to bring a championship belt to the party. You're not going to just be a challenger. Even when the undisputed fights that didn't happen, most of the time we'll say, hey, well, if you fight this other champion, like Usyk and Tyson Fury, both are the champions. Canelo, if he would have fought Andrade, both would have been champions. There's never just a challenger that's just going to come in and become undisputed. I don't think that's ever happened. I'm not sure when you're talking about Jermaine Taylor and your boy here, I can't think of his name right now, the main man, the legend, who fought to about 50-something. Can't think of his name right now. But that kind of could have possibly happened. One time there was a challenger and he became undisputed because they were in a tournament. But other than that, Bernard Hopkins, of course, right? Other than that, most of the time, the undisputed champion another champion fights another champion for them to become undisputed, not from the mandatory status. You have another fight coming up here, Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Like, for example, Devin Haney has all the belts. Lomachenko has none. Lomachenko come in, if he beats Devin Haney, cool. He should be whatever is sanctioned by that. I think it's the WBC. You're WBC champ. Now y'all got that rematch. Boom. Now you're undisputed, right? That only goes for challengers who are not champions, If both are champions, I think everything's cool. But I just don't think that people should be able to come through the rankings of one sanctioned body, come up and be a undisputed champion and be undisputed right off the bat. I think you have to beat them twice. That's my opinion there. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.